If you've ever had the wonderful experience of telling a young child something that they need to do, and then that child looks at you, basically sticks out their tongue and says, "I don't want to, and you can't make me." Yeah. If you've ever had that experience, you will recall how it made you want to just give them a plate of cookies and pat them on the head and tell them how special they were. Hi, this is Mary Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3 of the Torah portion, Yitro, whose name means abundance. Let's go to chapter number 19 of the book of Exodus or Shemot and begin reading with verse 1. In the 3rd new moon, after the children of Israel had come out of the land of Mitzrayim, on this day they came to the wilderness of Sinai. For they had set out from Rephidim and come to the wilderness of Sinai and camped in the wilderness. So Israel camped there before the mountain. And Moshe went up to Elohim, and Yahweh called to him from the mountain, saying, "This is what you are to say to the house of Yaakov, and to declare to the children of Israel. You have seen what I did to the Mitzrites, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you to myself. And now," here's a very important word, if you diligently obey my voice and shall guard my covenant, then you shall be my treasured possessions above all the people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a reign of priests and a set-apart nation. Those are the words which you are to speak to the children of Israel. It would be helpful for us to understand exactly the timing of what's going on here in this particular setting. Let's recall. Israel left Mitzrayim on Aviv 15. 15 days later, they come then to the month of Iyar, which contains 30 days. 15 and 30 is 45. They're now beginning this 3rd month. This is the first day. So they have been out of Mitzrayim for 45 days, a month and a half. During that time, they've already experienced great victory at the Sea of Reeds. They have jumped and danced and had revival. They've camped out at Elim and had a Elim oasis renewal. They have also murmured and complained about water and about food and seen miraculous provision for them. They have been introduced to manna already. They've seen the pillar of a cloud during the day to cool them from the sun, and also a pillar of fire at night to warm them from the cold. They are experiencing miraculous revelations of who Yah is in just a very short, intense period of time. So they have 5 more days before Shavuot, the giving of the Torah. During this 5-day period of time that takes place in this one chapter, 5 days, 3 days are for them days of preparation. Moshe is to come down off of the mountain and tell the people, "Yahweh, your Elohim, the mighty one of Israel, of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the creator of all the universe, the deliverer of you from Mitzrayim, he's coming to town. He's coming down on top of this mountain in front of us here that we're camped by, and he's going to mightily reveal himself to us. But you must prepare yourself, set yourselves apart, wash your clothes, wash your bodies, abstain from marital relations, purify yourselves. If you got any idols, it's time to get rid of them. Clean up, and get ready, because Yah is about to come visit us." When the event takes place, as we read about in the next chapter, chapter 20, we find that they were so overwhelmed and so ill prepared for this encounter that they thought they were going to die. So what happened during this 5-day period of time? Well, there's at least one factor that maybe we were not thinking about that would have rendered them ill prepared. And that is that the reason that the Torah is about to be given to them at another level is that they've only had the orally, traditionally rehearsed version. They've heard the stories of creation. They've heard the stories about the patriarchs. They've heard the story about Joseph. But they really haven't received any detailed instructions about what they're to do and how they're to do and what they are not supposed to engage in. They've only encountered some commands pertaining to the manna, is basically what they've heard, and about Pesach, about unleavened bread. They've had these given to them, but they really haven't had detailed understandings of who Yah is. Therein lies the problem. For them, it may be that Moshe is just a fantastic magician, a overwhelmingly skilled sorcerer who has demonstrated that he is more powerful than Pharaoh and Mitzrayim. Moshe keeps talking to them about Yah, but they really haven't encountered Yah. And so in the back of their minds, while they're being told you're going to be a treasured possession, a royal priesthood, you're going to be the most glorious people on the face of the earth. I brought you here to myself so that I can meet you. You can meet me. They hear it, but it's not getting in. It's not registering with them. And it's kind of like that child that says, you can't make me. Yeah, okay, I'll change my clothes, but I'm not really worried about the dirt under my nails or behind my ears. And maybe it's like the child that we've all perhaps encountered. You tell them to take a bath. They put some water in the tub. They slosh it around with their hand, and then they pull the stopper or let the water out and claim that they took a bath. One good whiff, and you know somebody is deceiving somebody, or at least they're trying to. Yah is not able to be deceived. He sees, he knows. It reminds me of this whole scenario of Yochanan, or John chapter number 8, and an encounter that Yeshua had with particular leaders of the day when he told them that if you were of Abraham, you would have done what Abraham did. But you're not of Abraham, you're of your father, the devil, who is a liar, and you're lying. So in verse 48, the Yehudim answered and said to him, do we not say well that you are a Shemaronite and you have a demon? Yeshua answered, I do not have a demon, but I value my Father. You do not value me. Same attitude. I do not seek my own esteem. There is one who is seeking and is judging. Truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone guards my words, he shall never see death at all. Then Yehudim said to him, now we know you have a demon. Abraham died and the prophets, and you say, if anyone guards my words, he shall never taste death at all. Are you greater than our father Abraham, who died, and the prophets who died? Whom do you make yourself? Yeshua answered, if I esteem myself, my esteem is none at all. It is my Father who esteems me, of whom you say that he is your Elohim. You think you know him, but if you knew him, you would know who I am. And later they ask him, are you better than Abraham? He says, Abraham was glad that he should see my day, and he saw it and did rejoice. They said, how did he see your day? He said, before Abraham came to be, I am. And with that, they wanted to stone him. We have to have a realistic, overwhelming, life-changing encounter with Yeshua in order to be changed to meet the Father. Don't disregard who he is. Be prepared. Prepare your hearts. More tomorrow. To then, shalom.